Right, I'm going to whip this case off again, seeing that I didn't put the gasket on. Right. Oops. Yeah, the front wheel's chocked. I've just got a jack under here, so the back wheel is just off the floor. Right. So I can turn the gearbox. Right, I've got my screws out. Oh. Right, and just make sure the two shafts stay in place. And off it comes, and I'll have to index that again. While I'm off here, in fact I'll do it again, I'll put me oil pipes on. Just give that a bit of a wipe off. That's the oil I squirted through them holes. New gasket. Make sure that locating peg's located. Look, make sure the holes are clear. That's great. Right, all nice and cleaned up. And then I'm going to put a flat washer and a small spring washer and the nut. Oh, you awkward little son. Right, I'm just slackening the clips off. Right, I think the camera might be a bit in the way, but I'm just going to see if I can get that pipe on the back without warming it up. Make sure my clip's on, and I'll tighten that from underneath. Take every time I knock the camera. And that'll do me, it's not touching the engine. And that one will pop straight on. Make sure you don't scallop the end when you're pushing them on pipes like this. Yeah, that'll do. I can reach them from underneath. They're not touching, so there's plenty of space. It's great. Pipes on. And finish off and give that its final nip. Again, doesn't need to be really tight. Right, I'm going to index the box again. So 4th gear position. That's the biggest lug. So that's 4th gear there. Right, now the leaf spring, as I said before, has a habit of pushing that in, so it's easy to get one tooth out. So, clag it there, that's about 4th gear position, or it will be when the leaf spring pushes in. Gasket on, which I should have put on. I'm putting it on dry again. Make sure it goes around the dowels, make sure you have dowels in place. I've got it in 4th gear position. Right, and I'll offer up this with the top about level with that centre there, so it wants to be about there. So same thing, push it in a bit, bit of shaking, rattling and rolling. I didn't forget the thrust washer. Oh, it's on this bloody pipe here. I could do with bending forward a touch. Nice, just catching there. Hopefully I'll get a bit of a bend in it. That's it, I think. Like that going on. Ah, my shaft's come out. That's it. Oh, yeah, if you force it, don't bang it. Right, shaft's in now. that holding in about that position. Right, that might be one tooth too high, that. So I'll just pull it off a midge. It's a bit too big of a midge. Out there. Right, I'm going to pop one screw in. I'll use the Allen screw, it's easier. I'm going to temporarily put the gear change mechanism on. So, on with the spacer, on with the sleeve, on with the spring, on with the inner ratchet, on with the kickstart bit, shove the clutch. I won't bother with the tab nut yet. Right, I'm not kicking it off and out, so I'm in gear. I should be in fourth. I've got the back wheel off the deck. Right, the outer casing. Got the pawls in. New kickstart spring on. Now I'll have to wind the kickstart spring up 110. So neck goes 110, and then when I put it on, I want it about quarter down there. I'm going to find the stud. Just screw in temporarily. The gear lever. Right. 06. Right, now I should have a bit of ding ding. Yeah, so that's in gear. Fourth, should go down one. No, out tooth. Yeah, out one tooth. That's top. Now it's only going half, so I need another click. I need one click up. One tooth up. Yeah. Pull that off because the pawls go all over otherwise. Kickstart. No. I need to go one down. One down. Right. Put it out touch. Down one. About there. I might still be where I was. No. Right, try again. It's in fourth. Missed it. Missed that. Right, after about, I don't know, 20 times indexing, got it eventually. 1/2 all the time. Neutral, first, half a click neutral, second, third, and fourth. Oh, there's a clutch dropped out. And that should be neutral. Yep. So I've got all my gears. There you go. Right, so I'm just going to Loctite the main shaft, put the screws in. I'll also put the level plug in, the gearbox drain plug. Nothing much yet. That up a little touch. Screw in, I'll put an impact driver on that and give it a knock. Tab washer on. I'm going to use a little ton of Loctite. Just a little drop on the top. And a bit in the nut. Right, I've still got my clutch locked up. Well, I'm going to put the plate back in. And I can dog this up. Back brake on. Oh no, I'm out of gear now. Oh. Oh, there's a plate out again. Let's try again. Back brake on. And give it a tighten. And a good turn on that. No grip, same thing. Crimp the tab and that'll do. Right, I can plug the push rod in from the other side when I put the clutch on. So a bit of silicone around this case and pop the casing back on. Put the plug in, fill it with oil. Right, I've put a smear of silicone around my casing. I'm going to drop my cable in while it's off. Might drop off, but it usually saves fiddling around through all. Right, wind the kickstart back a bit. Try not to wobble the gear lever because the pawls jump out. And then offer it up and it should go in. Lovely. Right, screws and washers. I'll put a copper washer on these first. Copper washer, then a flat washer. And then a domed nut on the front. And whack the screws in. Give this a polish up while I've got all the pedals and exhaust off. Brackets, trim that gasket back. Right, I'll put this engine plate back on. There is it. Yeah. Right, I've put the motor on bottom dead centre and I filled the crank with oil. So the sludge trap hopefully should be full now, apart from what leaks out the big ends. Hopefully not much. Right, all nice and tight in there now. Squirt another bit of oil over that. A bit of oil over the cam end. Squirt around. Right. Right, so I'm going to use my cellophane around that again to get the seal over there. Right, cellophane like that. I've got a little smear of silicone around that case. A bit of oil around the seal. And then hopefully it'll go on. Right, it's all timed up. There we go. A couple of longer shank ones go to the bottom. Snip them up. Right, I'm going to fit the buoy now. So the first thing I'm going to do is find 38 degrees before top dead centre on my crank. Right, I'm going to remove the plug. I've got a socket and a power bar on this side of the crank. Now I'm timing up this side, number 1 cylinder. So I'm going to turn the crank round until I see the inlet push rod come up and start going down. So, right, that's coming up. So I know this next up is top dead centre, compression stroke that side. So there's top dead centre on the pistons. Now if I rock it back and forth, I'll feel a groove in the crankshaft. I'm just using a screwdriver, you can get a tool. And there it is, top dead centre groove. There. Right, now I want to be before top dead centre, 38 degrees, so there's another groove in the crankshaft that way. So I'm turning the engine backwards and I'll find the next groove in the crank. And there it is. Get that so the screwdriver's in the middle of the hole. Out there, that's 38 degrees set on the crank. And now to fit the rotor. That's the position of the pistons at 38 degrees before top dead centre. Right, all clean in here, no oil or grease or anything on the taper. I'm going to put the rotor in. Right, now I can still turn that, it's just nearly tight and it wants to be about there, I think. Right, the next bit is the pickups. Keep the wires out the way, shove the pickups in. Right. Now I want it in the middle of them slots, so the screw hole's about in the middle of the slot. Right, so about there. Again, I'm going to put them finger tight. Right, 38 degrees before top dead centre. My pickups are set about in the middle, and now I want the white dot on that magnet visible through that hole. Yeah. And then nip the centre up. Check, not moved. Super, doesn't have to be tight. Tight on the short bit of the Allen key's tight enough. Nip the 2 screws up. I'll recrimp a crimp on that, join the wires up, and we're ready for off.